think that should do it. All right, everybody, great to see you. Um, so I have an interesting topic here. So my name is Howie Simeon. Today we're going to talk about something that I read in an article. This article was suggesting that this technique called intermittent fasting would help people heal faster and clear out some of their systemic or what's called body-wide inflammation. This can relate to some people's tennis elbow, depending on what's going on. So I'm going to elaborate and let you know if this is just another fad, because there's fads everywhere. So this is going to sound crazy, but hear me out. Before we get started, if you're really serious about getting relief, go to TennisElbow.com. So back to the article. What it was saying is that intermittent fasting can allow your body to naturally heal or remove areas of inflammation over time. So basically, intermittent fasting is basically long periods of the time where you don't eat. Let's say 16 to 20 hours of not eating. Then you have a tight eating window. So 8 hours eating window if you use 16 hours fast, or 4 hours eating window if you do 20 hours fast. So the growing consensus from the scientific literature, there's actually publications on this, peer-reviewed, is that the body goes through what's called autophagy during fasting. So the auto in medical terms means self or your own body, and phagy means consumption of. So your body in autophagy is literally consuming its own dead or distressed cells. So it allows for faster overall healing and lowered inflammation. And I'm not going to get into the weight loss benefits because that's not what you're here for. But there's a personal reason I'm bringing this article up to you. I'll share with you why I think this is important for your tennis elbow journey. But first, if you're serious about getting tennis elbow relief, go to TennisElbow.com, where we guide you with live support by me and Dr. Jen Diamond-Hardis, a licensed physical therapist. If you don't like what we have, we will easily refund all your money. So now back to why I personally think this is important. So I was kind of a trailblazer many years ago before all this buzz about intermittent fasting came out. So I decided to be the guinea pig and tried it on myself. So after my tennis and golfers' elbow injuries, I just read some fringe articles, you can call it. There just weren't that many. Just to be clear, I'm not recommending you should do exactly what I did, since I'm only speaking to what worked for me. So that's real important. So after a week of basically skipping breakfast, where my last meal was around 8 p.m. and I'd fast through noon or 1 p.m., just drink water only, then have an 8-hour eating window through the evening. So I did this every day for the first year. I noticed not just my elbow pain, but my knee, back, headaches, and just overall mood improved. So also lost over 15 pounds. My cholesterol numbers went down. So I never talked about it to anybody, because at that time you were just crazy. Like, why would you starve yourself to death? Which is ridiculous now that we know what we know now. But that's the mindset a lot of people had. But nowadays they talk about it in popular TV morning shows, that people are writing books about left and right. MDs or medical doctors are recommending it, especially for losing weight. But that's not the topic. So now let's put this all in perspective. So proper exercises, upstream release method, which I've talked about in previous videos, that addresses the root cause of tennis elbow, especially upstream in your shoulder neck area. And also live support while you're going through the journey. That's way more important. So take this with some kind of grain of salt. Because this is probably not the first even 3 steps that you would take. So just something that if you're hearing about it, I just want to insert that seed in you. If you hear about it on TV, on the internet, on Facebook, just don't dismiss it immediately. And also I do want to say that males do better on it. They do better with longer fasts than women do. So I'd recommend you read up on this. And I'm not your intermittent fasting guru. So It's just some way of introducing to you. By the way, before I forget, if you're looking for pain relief from Tennis Elbow at a fraction of the cost with live support and something you can use on the go to TennisElbow.com. So back to the one thing I want you to remember from this is to be aware whether frequent eating that's popularized by the food industry, obviously for profit, they want you to eat 3 meals and have snacks all day long. If that's really necessary, and to consider looking into a really cost-effective, there's nothing more cost-effective than intermittent fasting. See, you're literally not eating. So it's a technique to reduce overall systemic inflammation in your body, which could relate to your tennis elbow. So I want to make clear, I'm not saying that all tennis elbow is caused by inflammation. If you were working out in the garden, you were doing bricklaying, or you were playing tennis, or you were typing and you got injuries, that's from wear and tear, not necessarily inflammation. So I just want to clear that up. But after the injury, you do get inflammation, and something like intermittent fasting can help. So personally speaking, it helped for me. Let me put it that way. So I don't want anyone claiming that that's the be-all cure or anything like that, to be on intermittent fasting, but I believe it can help. So after all this ranting, let me see how many people are still watching. Yeah, so I've got 2 on YouTube. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. You can write, Howie, what's going on? You lost your mind. Whatever you want to write in there, I'm cool with that. Let me see. So again, if you want a deeper dive into the upstream release method, something you don't typically hear from physical therapy offices, go to TennisElbow.com. Just to let you know how serious we are about Tennis Elbow. We founded TennisElbow.com 3 years ago. We write articles in there. We probably sell the most tennis elbow braces on the market under the brand name Simeon, which is my last name that you see there. So I just wanted to convey that we live and breathe tennis elbow, strangely as that sounds. So I don't think I see any questions. So I'm going to end it here. Just even if the live stream is done, just make sure to leave comments below. If you want me to send you links or something like that, just comment and I'll post a link talking about how it can be helpful. But otherwise, hope you all have a great day and talk to you later.